I have joining me from Abuja studio, Mr. Donald Oshikena. Is a former commissioner under the Adams Oshiomhole government in Edo State, and from Benin City is Honorable Osaibo Iyoha. Is the special advisor political to Governor Godwin Obaseki. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on tonight. Let me begin with you, Honorable Yoa. How would you react to what has happened to your principal? And would you say he's been somewhat forced out of the APC, especially in the governorship primary race?
When the landlord of a building owner says that is the sole, is the person that is in possession of the certificate of occupancy, says that he no longer wants you in his house, what can you do? You have to seek accommodation elsewhere. So for us, the national chairman of our party has exercised his powers to the fullest in the way he wants to run the party, and our APC in Edo State has already they met and they have told us that we are at liberty to seek our mandate on any platform. So for us, we are also at this time liaising with our people. We are talking to our leaders and the stakeholders in the party, and very soon, in the next couple of days, we'll be able to come out with a position, and we will let Nigerians know.
Mr. Honorable Iyoha, can you confirm to us where the governor is headed? Is he leaving the APC? Is he going towards the PDP because of the meetings with the PDP governors that we have seen today?
Sharon, you only have to be here to know what is going on in Edo State. Since this news broke some days ago, it's not as if we didn't expect this. You know, the governor also mentioned it that he knew the process was already hijacked. Immediately, the committee that was supposed to look at certificates, qualifications, and they started asking questions about how he's supposed to run his state, you know that the process was already hijacked. So time will tell. And in the next couple of days, like I said, we will know where we are headed.
Let me go to Honorable Donald Oshikena from Abuja studio. You work closely with the national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshiomhole. But from what is happening on the ground, it does look like some of the friends that you have in the APC are not happy with what has happened to Governor Godwin Obaseki. The big question is that if he supported him at a time earlier when he ran for the first term in office, why not now?
Thank you very much, Shew, for having me this evening. Well, to say that some persons are not happy with the governor, Godwin Obaseki, is not very correct. As a matter of fact, before I start, let me sincerely express my deep sympathy to the governor and his followers in the way and manner he's been he's running around right now. You could hear my very good friend, Engineer Hine, saying that he was not sure he's coming to the party. As we speak, Godwin Obaseki cannot conveniently say he's in APC because by Article 9(5) and Article 21, A and D, I can conveniently tell you that Godwin Obaseki can no longer address himself as a member of APC. That is one. Two, to say the comrade national chairman was with him in the past, and now what has changed? The truth of the matter is that the governor of the state, Governor Obaseki, is still our governor until November 12th. Still our governor. He has isolated himself. Let me use the word isolation because we're in COVID-19 era. He isolated himself immediately he entered governance in Edo State. He isolated himself and fed the politicians, those who helped him to become the governor and no longer needed in the governance of the state. And you cannot do that. The political party that produces you, or if a political party produces a candidate, that candidate becomes a product of that party. And when that candidate wins that office, the office itself, though he may be occupying it, belongs to the party and the people of that state. So when eventually Governor Obaseki became governor, he fed the likes of the national chairman, the political stakeholders in the state, and of course even persons who call the shot are no more needed. And that is where the
Honorable
problem started
Oshikena,
from. But
if I'm
my
about in,
problem with him
apologies,
is that
please.
rather than address...
Just a quick one. So the offense of Godwin Obaseki is not a bad issue of bad governance. It's about the fact that he has extricated some political forces in your party. Is that his major offense?
That includes his offense. What we are saying is that apart from extrication, you see the party has a manifesto and you must work with the party. When you are elected as a governor or even a senator, you work with the party manifesto, you work with the party on ground. That is, you don't just say because you are a technocrat, because you believe that once you get into power, you don't need anybody, you don't need the manifesto of the party. What is required of you as a party member, as a stakeholder in that party, you ignore it. We have not enjoyed good governance under Godwin Obaseki. What we have always seen is MOU, signing MOU today with Chinese, signing MOU with Singaporean, signing MOU with Indian, but nothing in the state. And whenever the parties meet, that is the political stakeholders meet and tell him, look, this is what we think you should do. He will tell them he knows everything and he doesn't need anybody to guide him. So the party felt, look, what you are doing is not the way it is being practiced. Let us always sit together, tell you the direction of the party, and tell you what the grassroots are saying, what people are saying at the bottom that the state needs. And he will say no. So,
all right. So let's get Honorable Yoa back. Let's get Honorable Yoa back. How do you react to what Honorable Oshikena has said as the major reason for what has happened to Governor Obaseki?
Sharon, for me, it would be nice if you would ask my brother over there the meaning of good governance, because in our parlance now, it looks as if good governance in political parlance means carry us along. And in Edo, the meaning of carry us along is bring the money, let us share it, at the expense of giving our people quality education, at the expense of infrastructural development. You understand? So at the expense of making the money that is available to give the people good living, just handing it over to this band of people. In the 21st century, it is a shame that politicians today will come together and think that we can still do the same old things that we did and that put us in this kind of position that we are in today. It is a shame. It is very, very shameful.
All right, Honorable Yoa, is your principal headed for the PDP?
I'm sure. I don't think we should be in a hurry to. You saw the governor today. He's visiting his colleagues, and in a day or two we will know where we are headed. But it's very, very obvious that the national chairman has already, with his agenda, he has pushed the governor, since we can no longer contest under the platform of APC, he has pushed us out of the party. So very soon we are consulting, like I said a couple of minutes ago. So in next couple of days, we will know where we are headed. Our people, members of the APC, as we speak, they were agitated 2 days ago when this news broke. But as at yesterday, they were celebrating. Everybody shouting freedom. And you know, Edo has a very, very large diaspora community. And our people have been calling to say the governor must contest. And we are working for the people. We are not working for the politicians. We are working for the people. And the politicians form a very, very small fraction of the populace.
But would you react quickly to the issues raised by the screening committee about the certificate and the credentials of the governor, which they said they asked him and he's not been able to give answers to?
Hogwash. It's what we call hogwash. It is very, very clear that they were acting a script. They were working from the answer to the question. So it doesn't deserve any response. Well, what do you expect when a primary one certificate holder sets up a committee that is supposed to try a scholar, or a man that graduated from Nigeria's premier university, the University of Ibadan? So would you expect anything better? A fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Stockbrokers, the man that addressed the alumni, he did the alumni lecture in 2018, and an occasion normally reserved for people like before now, people like Gamale Onosode, Professor Grace Alele Williams, Tam David West, late Tam David West. Those are the people that address such kind of occasions. Obaseki has been given that opportunity to address, and then you now have someone set up a Yahoo committee, let me call it that, to come and screen him. And then,
Right.
I'm not surprised, because this is why when you see people doing the video, they say the piper, he who pays the piper dictates the tone.
All right, so let's hear from Honorable Oshikana. Honorable Oshikana, you heard what Honorable Yoha said, that this has been orchestrated from the very beginning, and that there's no truth in the issue of the certificate that has been brought up.
My dear brother, I'm very sorry that my good friend over there, Mr. Yoha, is talking this way. I'm also very sure he's not aware of the gravity of the burden God Obaseki is carrying right now. I like it what they are doing to a patient who has met with a clinician, and they are telling you have diabetics. Please take necessary steps to cure it. And he's telling you in the hospital that the grandfather or the uncle's mother or the great-grandfather is after him. And the doctor is telling him, look, I have diagnosed you. What I'm saying right now is that you are not healthy. You have diabetes. And that diabetes, if you take necessary steps, it is not still too late for you. So if you ask me, telling the whole world that Oshomole is after him, a committee was set up transparently. And they ask you, come with your credential. As a matter of fact, the credentials of Obaseki, even if it goes to ABGA, he goes to PDP, that issue of qualification will continue to resonate. If I were his political advisors, this is the time for them to sit down and think of what to do to cure that deficiency, even if not to contest for government.
Let me ask you, Mr. Oshikena. Let me ask you, Mr. Oshikena, quickly.
Yes.
Are these not the same credentials? Good. Are these not the same documents that were presented by Governor Obaseki when he ran in 2016?
Very good. As at the time Governor Obaseki was with us in the government, not much was known. You know very well that the moment you come into the public domain, even your far friend of the 80s, 90s will tell the kind of play you engaged when you were small. As at the time we were together in the government, and as at the time he was running for that election, I can assure you that not much was known. Do not forget that at the eve of the election, some of these things came up, and the PDP where he's running to now, if they will accept him, brought up that idea that Governor Obaseki has deficiency in his papers. And when they were saying it, we thought it was a joke, until manifestly those things showed. They are asking Governor Obaseki, come forward, tell us the vacuum between your secondary school and the university. We are not doubting whether University of Ibadan is premier. We are not doubting whether you could read classic. But what we are saying is that as at the time you were going into that university, that is premier university, were you qualified? If you were not qualified, how did you get into that place? And let me tell you, he said primary 1, primary 2. If Obaseki has been a man of honor, he would possibly have come with school cert to say, I have school cert. Because whether you have credit or not, it doesn't matter. But what is important is that the moment you come forward with additional qualification, and that qualification has questions to be answered, then you have no option than to give answers to them. So the committee set up by the APC National Working Committee was to see that, like he's crying now, he will not say he was being bewitched or somebody was after him. I think that if I were in the shoes of Obaseki and his followers, this is the time to sit back and ask himself, this problem that the whole world is aware of, how do I cure it? because he may not know the meaning of it until after now. People are telling
so,
him, go
I mean,
and
because
run to APC.
if you talk, sorry, apologies. Quickly, let me ask you. I need to go to Honorable Ihoa. If you are talking about certificates which is not coherent, but the question is that even the Supreme Court judgment has said as much that you just need an attendance. Not even, not that you can have an excellent result. I mean, on that note, don't you think it can pass?
Thank you very much. As a lawyer, let me tell you this, that even if it is secondary school, like I said, secondary school certificate without, without any grade, what we are saying is that the moment you tell the whole world that you have beyond that certificate and issues are raised, you must clear them. What the party is trying to do right now is to avoid what happened in Bayelsa.
All right.
If Governor Obaseki has not
because of our time, let's allow Honorable Ihoa to respond to some of the things that you have raised. Honorable Ihoa, how do you react to some of these issues, which he said might be resonating wherever Governor Obaseki goes?
Sharon, you know, when you give meat to something that doesn't exist, you give people the opportunity to start gravitating or talking about it. There is nothing in that certificate issue, like I mentioned. They only worked from the answer to the question. Let me tell you why they disqualified Governor Obaseki. I'll tell you point blank now. They had results that were already prepared for these direct primaries. And somehow the results got leaked. And they couldn't get to that direct primaries because they know that the results have been leaked from their own stables. So they just looked for the easiest way out. And what would they have done? What could they have done? Is to go to judge's certificate and say that the man wasn't qualified. Like I said, even the registrar of the university had to come out to say, this is our alumnus. It is where they have reduced Nigeria to. They have reduced us to a school set wielding people. When we have professors, we have doctors, and we have people that have worked in all walks of life, that are people that have carved the niche for themselves in wherever they have worked. It is where they have reduced the Nigerian nation to. And if we are in this place today, we shouldn't be surprised about where we are. But I have news for them. Our population in Edo, we are highly educated and upwardly mobile. We are waiting for them to come elections so that we will see who the Edo people are with. Whether it's with Godwin Obaseki or it's with this group of about 100 people who are the usual suspects that are used to feeding on our state.
We are obviously out of time. Honorable Ihoa, the special advisor to Governor Godwin Obaseki on political affairs, thank you so much for your time tonight. And Mr. Donald Oshekena, a former commissioner in Edo State, thank you so much indeed for your time and your thoughts tonight.